The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. And it's Athens to start out. Pass to Williams. Takes it inside.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
Halliburton outside. Here's McGrady. To the inside. And Halliburton sends it in.
Tyrese Halliburton saying, I'm not just a pure shooter, folks. I've got a little ups in my game.
Here's Edwards. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Sweet move. Detroit with the rebound. And there's the drive. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul. Halliburton outside. And Halliburton slams it in.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Double team on Williams. And the jam by Williams.
Yeah, the court awareness that Luka plays with knows exactly when and where to deliver the pass.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning is right there with another injury type of deal.
Got a hand on it. Inside. McGinnis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And Athens making a change here. McGinnis hits them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Thomas with the steal. Doncic with it. Now McGrady defending. Back to Williams. Over Halliburton. And that one goes long.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
To the middle. Taken away by Williams. And now Athens on the break. Here's McGinnis. Krusevsky grabs the miss. Detroit trails by 4. Halliburton inside the three-point line. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Tyrese Halliburton has already proven to be a very capable 3-level scorer. What a fun player to watch.
There's 49 seconds left in the first. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Pass to Pakusevsky. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And here is Athens now. McGinnis. And the shot goes in.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Different look here for Detroit. 26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Morrow. Down low. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Diaw can't hit. Tipped away. Diaw with the steal. And Morrow has it in the corner. Detroit, no good that time either. And here's LeBron outside. And that does it for the first quarter. Athens ahead. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on Athens?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
So they take the lead. Diaw's got 5 now.
Oh, great hustle there from Diaw in transition. These are the types of winning plays you love to see. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using
some urgency from him there. Sure. Wade, right side. And stolen by James. Back to Thomas. Ball's knocked loose. Crawford with the steal. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. Offensive rebound. Diaw, the screen. From the arc. And Anthony Morrow, good for 3. Morrow's got the lead up to 2 now for Detroit. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Detroit.
They're really bucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
You've also got to love how their defense has been contesting so far, denying shooters to this point.
Good on the triple.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
A shot by Curry, no good. Moves back up. Here's Burke. And the rejection by Jackson.
2 minutes remaining.
A terrific defender. And Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
First personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for...
Here's Morrow. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
Anthony Edwards.
Shot clock at 6. Thomas with the block. To the paint. Here's McGinnis. And McGinnis throws it down.
Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved pretty fast.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's McGinnis. Rebounded by Jackson. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 14-4 run. To the middle. Pass to Diao. Back to Jackson. Fires from deep. Another three for Detroit.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Just out for a three-point play. They get Boris Diaw.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Detroit leading by 6. Jackson has the open look. Off target from outside. Got loose. Crawford with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Launches it. It's good. The assist that time from Dion. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for Rob Williams.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
8 on the wing. They get it back. This one for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Wade's got the lead up to 10 now for Detroit.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Detroit leading by 10. And here's Halliburton. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Here's Aldama. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Aldama's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Detroit. It's blocked.
Oh, send it back, Alexei Pokusevski. Make him feel that 7-foot frame.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Substitution for Detroit. Number 52, Brad Miller.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's McGrady. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. McGrady's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Pokusevski. It's rebounded by Doncic. Athens trails by 13. From deep. Miller gets the rebound. Detroit with the ball. You know, Doris, every so often there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin, and if I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And a wide open look for Halliburton. Detroit, no good that time either. Here's Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, size and athleticism and a little bit of craftiness right there by Anthony Edwards. That up fake gets that defender committed, and the free throw line opportunity is coming.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
A minute 50 left to play in the third. Down low. And the basket by Thomas. Thomas got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Pass to Pokusevski. It's good from long range.
Pokusevski's shot ready on the catch. His mechanics are really solid.
Now, here's Exum. Still without a basket. 13 feet away. Again, Anthony.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
Halliburton for three. And another three for Detroit.
He totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jump.
Yeah, if it's one thing to score on a guy, it's another to flat out torture.
Thomas with the steal. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Pokusevski up top. Baseline try. And the shot falls short this time. Athens trails by 15. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Antetokounmpo on the double team. Basket counts. And this has got 11 points.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good on the three. Now Pokusevski over Thomas. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Detroit leads by 13. And do not go away as we'll be... And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Curry outside. Curry! What else is new?
Ideally, you want to chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line, but folks, it is not as easy as you might think.
Inside, Miller. Banked in off the glass. And Detroit leads by 12.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
6 on the shot clock. Back to Curry. Puts up a deep three. Rebound by Miller.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
The three-pointer is right on target.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Thanks to Burke. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Athens with another miss.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And the basket by Morrill.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Diao can't hit. Athens trails by 18. Edwards with it. Wade picks him up. They get the rebound. Williams. And then Williams slams it in.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the board. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for Detroit.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Those block shot numbers are big as well, guys, sending a clear message. We are not going to be scored on easily.
Pulls up for three. Takes the three. Connects from three-point range.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Here's McGrady. It's hauled in by Athens. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. Lynn, that's a two-pointer. And he can't stop the run as he misses. McGrady outside. Thomas grabs the rebound. And here we go with Lynn. Nobody back. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that one's good. McGrady.
Like the size McGrady has inside. Fantastic at kind of angling his body there for the interior shot.
Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
It's Curry outside. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Wade outside. Pass to McGrady. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Curry looking it over. From deep three-point territory. That one doesn't go. Crawford, no one around him. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.
Grinding from the bottom. On my hands ain't no dirt on my body. With big body. It'll be a real big problem. Whole lot of pride. That's something you don't know nothing about it. Still that way. You ain't built that way. I've been more in pain. Way to came broad day. Really short fuse. Had a long day. Still that way, still that way. Woo, woo, woo. This not a drill. Bucket of ice on me, how should I chill? Watch how I know how I'm rocking, know how I'm built. Still in the streets, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, for real. Feel that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get chipped like ice. The prices went up, the checks come down from talking that spice. Talk to me nice. You know I'm an east side, big TD, step a whole rep. Dead. Top dog, sis, top ramen now, steak and lobster with a shrimp bed. Put a ribbon on it. Real, never switch that. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. Still that way. And it's still that way. Broad day. Live that way. That way. Came a long way. Real long way. Real long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. Still that way. And it's still that way. Still that way. Still that way. Still that way.
Too many times I told these stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread and the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I was too busy to hate on a bank account, look like she banking on tips. I came up from nothing, was laying on and sleeping in bundles and paying no rent. Everyone loves you when fame don't exist. When I made $1 million, they said it, I switched. My watch is too pricey, my chain is on lit. My diamonds are icy, I'm skating on this. Skating like Gretzky back in the 80s and running for 12, but that isn't Brady. But that doesn't faze me, I keep to myself if that's what it takes me. The day that you play me, it'd be the same day me and Jennifer Lopez announced. Yeah, having some twins, there's 2 in the bag. You want the fame, but you wouldn't last. The difference between me and you is you trash. I'm really 100, you're doing too bad. Look, if I'm at a 10 and you like a 2. If you was a 10, then I'd be 200 divided by 2. I'm too good at math. Look, they got me started, I'm back on my and shit. I thought about auditioning, cut it off when she started a bigger one. Cut it, they use when they open the business and cut the red ribbon with. I'm ignorant. Too many times I told these stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread and the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on this. Don't touch the stove, I'm baking on this. I'm Freddie, I'm Mike, I'm Chucky, I'm Jason on this. You shaking on this, got something for hating on this. Look, all my celebrity crushes, I already. Be mad cause I did it already. I told them make sure to my dinner already. And I did it all in the you can tell me. Boy, what I wanted, you can give me. Got plenty of Benjis, but now it's for money, more problems. I should've listened to Biggie. And this type of living is not for beginners. You kinda losers do not make. Try to be cool, but I'm not for the. I got the rock paper. I keep it like rock paper scissors. I made the choice, it was not their decision. I'm not gonna listen to rappers who sound like broke records, but no, you did not. Even if you made it to the.
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. We'll watch Detroit in this one as they go up against Albuquerque. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll... hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. go. And it's Detroit with the ball. And here's Pokashevsky. Pass to Halliburton. Here's McGrady. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Here's Crawford. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You've got to keep him out of the paint.
Here's Halliburton. And it's blocked by Edwards. Here's Crawford. A rebound by Detroit. And stand while Edwards has pushed back. It hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Here's Antetokounmpo, following the score by Detroit. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Alexei Pokashevsky. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Outside Edwards. Pass to Crawford. 6 to shoot. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
Halliburton looking for an opening. And it's off from three-point range. Outside Edwards. Drives to the hoop. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
I mean, if I was out there, I'd probably test anyone but Jackson Jr.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Edwards can't hit. Here's McGrady. From downtown. Smith with the rebound. Edwards for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Pass to McGrady. Jackson for 3. Sinks it from distance.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Here's McGrady. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Up top, Edwards. He's got 5. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. Here's Pokashevsky. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. It's Edwards on the wing. Back to Antetokounmpo. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Pass to Pokashevsky. Fires the 3. He's off on that one. And that concludes the first quarter play. Albuquerque out in front. Up by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Albuquerque.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
Doncic can't get his first shot of the game to fall. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Detroit calls timeout. Detroit trails by 7. Here's Crawford. And there's the drive. Pass to Miller. Here's Morrow. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Pass to Ginobili. Smith outside. That one's good for 2. Detroit trails by 7. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Crawford. Shot clock at 6. Throws it up high. An open look for Smith. The rebound by Diaw. And here's Detroit. Here's Crawford. Pass to Morrow. Clock at 4. Goes back up. Got a piece of it. Ooh, stolen by Smith. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Chamberlain.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Ginobili. No made baskets yet. Shot is up. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for Detroit. 7-point differential. Pass to Diaw. Oh, nice that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Ginobili. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. There's 1:26 left in the second. Beyond the arc. Pass to Morrow. Let's go with a 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
The rebound by Diaw. Detroit trails by 7. Fires from deep. And Detroit another 3.
Once he breaks out the crossover, you just know something special is about to happen.
And then Portis with the dunk.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Here's Crawford. Here he goes. Pass to Diaw. The ball's knocked loose. Here we go. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Wing shot on the way. Ginobili, no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Miller outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Crafty move. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
17.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Albuquerque out in front, up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Albuquerque leading by 4. And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Over to the left wing. Ginobili. Three-pointer off the mark. And it's Detroit with the ball. Pass to Pokashevsky. From deep. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Ginobili. Goes up on the wing. It's hauled in by Pokashevsky. Here's McGrady. Back to Wade. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Shot that time, not on target. And it's flushed down. Nice jam.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win. Gotta D him up better than that. He's simply too good from beyond the arc.
Halliburton for 3. Oh, Hallie, the Rainmaker.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so Jackson Jr. will bring it up for Detroit. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And here's Albuquerque now. .151 left in the third. Here's Ginobili. Sinks the tray. Ginobili's got 6 here in the quarter.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Here's McGrady. Halliburton on the wing. The teardrop. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
The defense is a little rough with Halliburton, so credit to him for committing to his selection.
So both teams changing it up here. And both free throws good for Halliburton. On offense, here's Albuquerque. They lead by 1. Pass to Pokashevsky. Inside. Here's Jackson. And it's good. 2 points. Jackson's got 5.
Yeah, that's how Jackson's most effective, playing aggressive around the basket.
Here's Young. It's hauled in by Pokashevsky. 59 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Back to Halliburton. Oh, Covington with a block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Covington. Albuquerque making a switch here. Detroit calls timeout. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Aldama. There's the three. He can't get it to go. Young from long range. A rebound by Detroit. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lets the three fly. Drains the triple. 9 points in the game. Outside Young. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Edwards for three. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Here's Crawford. And Detroit another three. They swipe it. Antetokounmpo for three. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Detroit closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Here's Crawford. Oh, a great flush from Wemby.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Antetokounmpo can't connect. Detroit leading by 9. Antetokounmpo with it. Going inside. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Morrow. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that.
Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Outside Young. Back to Antetokounmpo. 5 on the clock. Young with it. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Off target from outside.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Aldama outside. Outside for Wembanyama. Pass to Aldama. Second chance effort. And the layup is good. And Detroit leads by 10.
I mean, he's ignoring the scoreboard. He just keeps coming at him.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
Here's Ginobili. And again, it's Albuquerque missing.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it. Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Back to Aldama. To the paint. Shakes him. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Yes, it's good.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Pass to Wembanyama. Takes a three. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Ginobili. Good. And the assist to Wembanyama. Ginobili's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. And it's Detroit with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. And the basket by Aldama.
It really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
From outside the arc. There's 31 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. The three-pointer off the mark. On offense, here's Albuquerque. They trail by 14. Ginobili misses the three. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Oh, sweet move. Antetokounmpo for three. He goes up again. Can't get it to fall. So it's Detroit picking up the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll do it, folks.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And here's Wall. Lewis outside. Off target from outside. And Detroit has possession. Wade feeling it out a bit. Pass to McGrady. Six on the shot clock. Okushevsky with the ball. And a miss there on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Coleman driving the lane. There's a good screen to the paint. Detroit with the rebound.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot. Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Christie can't make it. Here's Halliburton. Misses in close. Tyrese Halliburton is flat out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, the better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Out to Wade. Pass to McGrady. Lets the three fly. Halliburton with it. Over Wall. Halliburton no good. Lewis with the three. Krzyzewski grabs the miss. Detroit with the ball. Halliburton drives in. McGrady right side. Back to Halliburton. Detroit no good that time either. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Lewis misses. McGrady outside. Krzyzewski. Wembanyama right side. Here's Halliburton. Detroit needs to get off the shot.
Halliburton all about getting his teammates open looks. Does such a great job with his unselfishness making the pass.
Lewis outside. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall. And it's all knotted up.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Halliburton. Wall with a block.
A stellar all-around defender. Wall enjoys rising up and denying shooters.
Now Detroit moving it up. Here's McGrady. Here's Wembanyama. That one's in, his first shot this game.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
It's Wall with the drive. Shoots the three. That's in. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Here's Halliburton. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
A shot by McGrady, no good. That will count. That one's not going to go.
That's the end.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Leading by a point. And back in a moment as we'll get it. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
And Detroit has possession. They trail by 1. Now here's Crawford. And there's the drive. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league. Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Crawford, no luck. Down low. Here's Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up close.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Detroit trails by 5. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Morrow. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Lock at 6. A shake. Going inside. And the layup is up and in.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
The 3 from Morrow. And Holmgren pulls it down. To the inside. Burke. And slam dunk by Burke.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Wasted no time on that one.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, it's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Jackson. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Aldama.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Morrow. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle,
some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Doncic with the steal. Here's Christie. Doncic outside. Pass to Green. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Burke. He's off on that one. And so Crawford will bring it up for Detroit. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
And here's Morrow outside. And he recovers it. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Now it's a 4-point Detroit lead.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? Do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And almost won a start here in the second quarter of play. Now Crawford. He has 5. Doncic with the steal. The tray. Offensive rebound. He shoots again. Got a piece of it. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Detroit leads by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And here's Halliburton. He has yet to score. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's McGrady. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Ball's shot is good.
Sometimes the wall seems just undeniable. Even the contact doesn't slow him down.
Halliburton with it. Takes it inside. And that one comes up a bit short.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Wembanyama! Big man with big range.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense, because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
He gets that one.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Here's Wall. And Wall with the slam.
The Wall giving me some evidence of that bounce. Throwing it down with authority.
Halliburton looking around. Pass to Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time.
Detroit making a switch here. Halliburton inside the three-point line. And a miss there off the inbound. And it's Wall in the corner. Pass to Covington. And Wembanyama with it. Shoots over Pokuševski. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Halliburton with the bucket.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
That one wide left. Here's a chance for them to retake the lead.
And they have done well to stick around these last few minutes.
Left side, Wall. From outside the arc, Coleman controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You gotta put a body on Coleman, because when you don't, he'll hurt you.
Wade outside, fires the three. That's good. It's Halliburton with the assist.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from beat if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Here's Coleman. Detroit with the rebound. They play the clock right. They can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Pass to Pokuševski.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
Diaw with the steal. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And a wide open look for Halliburton. No good on the triple. Inside. And the dunk by Covington.
You know, in addition to being a fantastic shooter, Covington is also an incredible athlete. Somebody who looks to drop the hammer when he's free near the hoop.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall.
Second team foul.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Substitution for your home team.
6 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's McGrady. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Your home team.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Detroit up 1. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more treasure-packed basketball. Lewis on the way. Back to Holmgren. Out to Doncic. To the middle. Lewis outside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Here's Morrow. Jackson with the screen. Here's the 3. And Anthony Morrow with the 3.
3 points.
Morrow's got the lead up to 4 now for Detroit. Pass to Doncic. Outside for Lewis. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Morrow. Right side out of the Kumbo. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Morrow. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen by Aldama. Over Doncic. Aldama can't hit. And now running up the court. Lewis pushing it up. Christie can't make it. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And now a 6-point Detroit lead. It's stolen by Aldama. Crawford outside. There's a screen by Aldama. And good. The volley bounce off the right side of the rim. And Detroit leads by 8. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Detroit.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And, you know, they've been stupendous challenging shots and protecting the rim. Their block numbers really reinforce what we've seen from them in terms of rim protection.
Pass to Morrow.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Lewis with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. And Green gets it to go.
Tell you what, very few players have the playmaking ability of Luka Doncic. This guy is special with his vision and passion.
Deep 2 from Crawford. They get it back. Here's Morrow. Pass to Jackson. Goes back up. The rebound by Jeff Green. Inside. Holmgren. And the jump by Holmgren.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
Pulls up on the wings. And the basket by Morrow. Morrow's got 5 points now this quarter. And it's all about. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
To the paint. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Here's Morrow to the inside. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass. Nasty jam.
Anthony Morrow.
Oh, and he quieted down the crowd with that shot. Big play.
That was a punch in the gut to those fans. And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Christie can't make it. Crawford, no one around him. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's a 10-point Detroit lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that.
Timeout. And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
Here's Christie. Drills the three-pointer. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he commits the intentional foul.
Timeout.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka.
Grandchildren home. Generational wealth. What you doing? Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Win. Congratulations. Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Win. Congratulations. Once I Christian the mic and get on top of the beat, it becomes an instant classic when he 40 speak. My lyrics poke out just like a widow peak. I go like I got petty to fetch, refuse to lose. Ain't no recess commercials or interludes. Right now I'm off my own, I'm at the crib. And it's this new to your. But I'm still not out of the woods yet. Even though that I'm Project English is my language. Ghetto slang, broken
It's hard to crack the code and distinguish.